So these are the pieces that you should have from last week, and we want to go ahead and finish up our onomatopoeia word explosion. So go ahead and get the papers that you had set to the side from last week. So you either, if you didn't have colored paper at your house, you should have your Starburst paper that looks like this in your letter paper. And if you did have colored paper and newspaper at your house, then you should have a paper that looks like this and also your letters. So the next step after you have this all glued together is to cut out your letters. Once you have your letters cut out, then you are going to kind of arrange them on this paper on top of your Starburst or on top of your explosion. And you can put them kind of like spread out, or you can put them overlapping, however you want to do those letters. But the next step is to glue them on there. The thing that's going to work the best is probably a glue stick, but feel free to use any kind of glue that you have. Okay, once you have the letters glued down, then the next step is to add in some of these smaller explosions. You can do it with colored paper, or you can do it with newspaper. So I have a few of those things here, and I'm gonna make a few of those. And also you can make a few lightning bolts, or you can also make some clouds. I don't have any clouds on this one, but I can go ahead and show you how to do that right now. So I have a couple of pieces of colored paper, and if you don't have colored paper, that's fine. You can just draw it with a marker on your lined paper, just like we did on here, and you can color it with a marker and then cut it out. So I'll use the yellow paper for the lightning bolts. So you just make a lightning bolt by drawing a zigzag line that comes down to a point on one end, and then you start back up at the top and you kind of trace the same shape that you just did, and then you kind of connect it down towards the bottom. The trickiest part is down here at the bottom where you need it to come to a point, right like that. All right, so I'm gonna do another one, but this time I'm gonna draw it going this way. There we go. That's why we always use a pencil, so we can fix it if we mess up. So then you can just kind of draw a line to connect it there, and then you can set that to the side. We're gonna do a few of those starbursts. I'm just gonna use a Sharpie so that you can see better. If I draw with a pencil on this red paper, I'm not sure if you're gonna see it. So remember, the starburst shape is a star, but it has more than 5 points. So the easiest way to do it is to just draw a zigzag line, but instead of just drawing a straight zigzag line that keeps going in a straight line, you're drawing a zigzag line that keeps going around in a circle. So let me do 2 starbursts on the red paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, so I almost made not enough points on that one. Now see how I kind of messed up here a little bit? Since I'm using Sharpie, I can't erase that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this out, and when I glue it, I'll put the glue on this side so that I can't see those lines when I glue it on. All right, the last thing I wanna do before I start cutting is I wanna get a piece of newspaper, and I wanna make one more starburst on the newspaper. All right, once you have all of those things drawn, then you can go ahead and cut those out. I did forget to show you how to do a cloud if you wanted to do a cloud. So let's say you wanted one of your lightning bolts to be coming out of a cloud. You can always draw that on colored paper or the newspaper. Storm clouds are usually gray anyway. Like if there's a storm and there's lightning, there's usually a gray cloud, not like a puffy white cloud. So I'm gonna use this newspaper so that it's on gray. So I have a starburst here and a cloud that I'm gonna go ahead and cut out. All right, once you have all those pieces cut out, you can kind of put them around on your paper and figure out where they might go nicely. You are definitely allowed to overlap with your letters. So if you cover over part of your letters, that's okay. It's probably actually gonna look better if you do that. So I have my lightning bolt that is actually covering over part of my B, and I'm gonna put my starburst over here in the corner and probably have that cover up a little bit of my B over there, and another starburst in this corner, and I still have another starburst and another lightning bolt. So maybe I'm gonna have the other starburst in this corner, and then I'll have a second lightning bolt coming out from the cloud over here. So before you glue anything, kind of move the pieces around and see how it looks, and make sure that you have enough to kind of fill up the whole paper, and then you can go ahead and glue it. All right, so once you have all of those pieces glued down, then you are gonna be finished with this project, and I need you to make sure that you take a picture and post it onto this week's Schoology assignment.